Is the president weaponizing the government to weaken his political enemies, or is he stopping money launderers? That's the latest question surrounding his powers as he points to the Department of Justice in the direction of the democratically aligned fundraising site Act Blue. And here to explain the latest controversy, Queen City News Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rose. Khalif, Act Blue, that is a site that processes donations for the Democratic-backed candidates. The DOJ accuses that platform of laundering because of claims of foreign donations. Why is that a problem? Is it an investigation?
Well, it's a problem if they are. If Act Blue is laundering foreign aid and to participate in our United States political activity, then that's illegal. They can't do that. And so that would be an activity that you don't want to have occurring. But it does not really pass the smell test, specifically because when President Trump was running, when he was president-elect, or I should say candidate Trump, he was targeting and saying multiple times that this was a persecution when he was charged, that they were going after a political rival. This isn't really just going after a political rival. This is going after all the Democratic Party by saying that I'm going to go against basically your funding source. This is where people are making micro donations, where you can go in there and feel like you participate in the political process by giving $1 or $2 or $200. And any donation makes you feel like you can participate. That number that's going up, hey, that's my $1 that I gave, and how they use it for my candidate of choice allows me to participate in this process. That's why Democrats are pushing back. He directed Pam Bondi in the Department of Justice to go and do an investigation. That investigation is based on allegations alone, not any type of evidence, not any type of folks have come forward as whistleblowers or have said, you know what, this activity is occurring and I've seen it. These are just allegations that other folks have been saying, and now we want to have the Department of Justice go and investigate these allegations.
You talk about those small donations there, your contributions being $1 and $2 there. What are the rules behind that?
Well, the rules are that as long as you give, once you give, just like on the state level, anytime you give to the federal level would be more scrutiny. But if you give on the state level, you got to put your occupation down. You got to put your name. You got to put your address and what you do. And that's it. They get that information, they find it, and they go ahead and they attempt to verify that. But that's all you need. So what they're saying is that people are using outside influences and using fake names. Or they're using, I may give you $100 for you to give on my behalf. Those are the types of things that they are alleging that they believe are happening with outside funds coming in. But those smaller, those micro donations, I'd have to pinpoint it to President Obama. His campaign kind of spearheaded this micro transaction activity where when you had Citizens United, the case that said that a company is a citizen, and they can have access to their First Amendment rights and be able to give unlimited to campaigns. That is what kind of sparked off this larger donations, where we have these PACs popping up, these super PACs that are giving billions of dollars to campaigns. Well, on the other side of it, you have this grassroots effort with micro donations, where folks were feeling like, hey, I don't have the $1 billion. I don't have the money like these major corporations have, but I got $5. I got $10. And if I can get 100 people or 1,000 people or 10,000 people to give $5, well, that will add up. And it really enforces and reinforces people's participation in this electoral process. That is what you were supposed to be doing with these micro donations. The Trump administration is alleging, well, they're doing that and they're doing some other things.
Critics argue that this could be some sort of attack of a democracy. Also, it could be some sort of form of voter suppression here. Also, what defense does Act Blue and Democrats have?
I mean, the first thing you'd have to say is they have the burden, right? If you're alleging that I've done something, just like in any other type of prosecutorial situation, the prosecuting office would have the burden to show that this is happening. And so in response, you would hope that within this 180 days that Pam Bondi and her team goes out there and finds something. And if not, you'd hope that the president and Pam Bondi would come out with an apology and say, hey, we believed we made these allegations and they were unfounded. Or, you know what, at the end of the 180 days, we found this many accounts where they were fraudulent, or we found this amount of instances where foreign investors have supported, U.S. elections and they weren't allowed to. I would want to be able to see what that report looks like and ensure that it supported the president of the United States giving a memo directing the Department of Justice to investigate an organization based off more mere allegations.
All right, we'll see where it goes. The Chief Legal Analyst, Khalif Rhodes, thanks.